Okay, and what pisses me off so bad about the Taylor and Blake of it all is that, well, and Colleen Hoover for that matter, is that they did all of this because of the fact that they believe that the only villain in the room is patriarchy and misogyny. So, as the white women that they are, the only reason why it's unfortunate in this situation is that it leaves them in a space where they don't have the lived experience of having felt all of the other elements of white supremacy that impact other people in this world. And so, as white women who can only, because patriarchy and misogyny fall under the umbrella of this, okay? And so, when you are at the top of the iceberg and the only thing that you can feel is the patriarchy and misogyny of other white men, it makes it so that, because here's the thing, when the conversation turns to why is everything about race, because you're living at the top of the iceberg and the only thing that you feel is patriarchy and misogyny. But then when there's the rest of us who are not white women and we feel all of the other elements of white supremacy, and for those of us who live down here at the bottom end of the iceberg and we feel everything, like the structural harm, the racism, the systemic issues, and the microaggressions, all of the other things, everything for us is about that. Because we're not protected. We're not up here where all we feel is patriarchy and misogyny. We literally live down here where we feel everything else. And then patriarchy and misogyny is literally just the straw that broke the camel's fucking back. Okay? Because everything else that we experience is attached to our identity. We are not living up here protected where the only thing that we feel is the slight of a man. We are literally living down here under the weight of everything else, the microaggressions, the macroaggressions. We are living under all of the other violence and harm that comes our way because we're not up here protected. We're not just experiencing like, oh, this guy mansplained something to me. That's not the world that we live in. So when we bring up other issues and when we talk about the experience of harm, and we're feeling the racism, the systemic racism, the macroaggressions, the microaggressions, and it's all tied to the fact that we're not protected at the top of the iceberg because we're not white women, it's makes it almost worse when white women don't want to believe us, especially as women of color, not just people of color. Because then it's like, instead of just existing up here at the tip of the iceberg, it's like you're forcing all of this down on top of us. Like, explain to me why you're bringing up all of this, because all we can perceive is this. It makes me so furious, because then that's why it makes me so mad about the performative group effort initiative. It makes me so mad about the tokenizing of Cam and Wiley. It makes me so mad about the tokenizing of anyone. And I know that it happens to me. It has happened to me numerous times. And that's the thing, is that you think you can go into a new workplace and you think you can do good because you come into a position and you get hired for the way that you speak, the advocacy language and words that you speak. But then when you actually have to apply them, and when you have to get the people that are very classist and also in that way also very racist to believe what you're saying, and all they can perceive is this, all of a sudden you become the enemy. All of a sudden you become the enemy because now they're trying to force the rest of this onto you. Like, prove to me it exists. You're standing on it. And you're putting all of this pressure on me because you can't see it, you can't feel it. And that's because you're not under it. You're only dealing with this up here. You don't feel all of the other stuff, which, now that I say classist, that's the other thing. Add that to all of this because most of the time, white women are going to exist up here where they can't perceive all of the other things. So to have something like group effort initiative that's supposed to be uplifting and empowering marginalized voices and people in an industry, while simultaneously disempowering people that are up and coming in the industry, make that make sense. It makes me absolutely furious.